I found a hippie village in the most northern part of Thailand, located in beautiful mountains between artistic waterfalls, stunning caves, and sweet valleys. This place demanded a lot of me, and I demanded a lot of it. I rented a scooter and drove through this amazing landscape, not without fear. Stay tuned for it. My trip started early in the morning, and a minivan took fellow backpackers and me to the mountains. Oh my god, the road almost killed me. We drove 3.5 hours, and it's not about the time, it's about the road. It was curvy as hell. Every 10 minutes you would be thrown into a curve, and it made me sick. Somehow I survived it, and half unconscious I stumbled through the beautiful nature over a bamboo bridge to my hostel. Walking down this bridge, I finally arrived to Pai after a 3 hours drive, and there were so many curves. Wow, I'm happy I arrived. They have bamboo bridges all over the place here. The first step on this bridge felt very unstable, but bamboo is stronger than it looks. I have never felt so much at home before than in this hostel in Pai. It was just beautiful. It has its own space a little above the central road of Pai, called the Walking Street, and it looks like a secret garden. Finally, I arrived. And it's such a sweet dorm. The dorms are beautifully built and made me feel at home in the first second that I arrived there. In the back of the hostel, there was an oasis of a garden where I sat down every morning to just observe the bees and do my breath work. The only thing I didn't expect was the drop in temperature at night. At approximately 3 a.m. in the night, there are less than 10 degrees Celsius outside, before it starts to heat up again in the day. This was the first time that I used my thick pants in Thailand to stay warm at night. On my first day, I just explored the Pai walking street, hoping to meet somebody to spend time together. The walking street has everything: cute cafes, hippie stores with singing bowls, hippie clothes, a lot of motorbike rent shops, and bars. And since weed is legalized in Thailand, there are of course a lot of weed stores and bars. The coffees and bars are relatively expensive for Thailand. You can get breakfast for 2 to 5 euros, which is around 100 to 200 Thailand baht. At night, the walking street turns into a night market with food from all over the world. I feel they adapted to the tourists, as you can find lasagna, hummus with pita and burritos on the street, and of course a lot of Thai food. So you might even feel at home eating the food of your country. The night market food is so cheap. You can have a full meal for only 2 euros. And of course, also a lot of fruits. You can get any fruit shake that you want. I love the maracuja and mango one. And I almost forgot the best thing ever: coconut ice cream. Wow, it's just a dream. So creamy and cool. My absolute favorite food of Pai were 2 dishes. The one is the papaya salad, where they make salad of not ripe papaya, so it's not sweet, and they put tomatoes, cucumber, small green raw eggplants, and peanuts. They add coconut sugar, vinegar, salt, and a lot of other spices. It's so refreshing at noon when the sun is just burning hot. I went to this super nice Thai woman on the walking street every day at noon, and for me she made the best papaya salad in this cute little wooden bowl. It only costs 50 baht, which is around 1 euro. To my other favorite food was a dammed dish. It was very tasty. To be honest, I don't exactly know what it was made from. It was vegan and made of herbs, and it was not fried. This is what I liked very much, because if you only eat street food, you eat a lot of fried stuff, so it's good to have some change and rest for the belly. On the next day, I woke up a bit frustrated because Pai it's a village in a beautiful area, but there's no transport like in Bangkok, where you can just take a Grab like an Uber and somebody will bring you to your place. That's why you either need to book tours that include a taxi or you rent a scooter yourself. And believe me, I was always the person who was 100% sure not to do it because I'm in a foreign country. There is no insurance in Thailand for the scooters. I don't know the curvy roads. But then I talked to a lot of people and they reassured me that it's okay and you can even take a lesson to get used to the motorbikes there. So I did it because my drive to experience new places won over my fear to get hurt. I went to a parking square and drove around a few times and it worked. So after I had a scooter now, which I rent for only €7 a day, I decided to go on my first trip. It was the Mopang Waterfall, only a 15 minutes drive away. I drove slowly and safe and the roads were most of the time completely empty, but still you need to be careful. Especially because in Thailand you drive on the left side, whereas in Europe you drive on the right side. So a couple of times I switched the sides and the other cars told me that I'm driving on the wrong side. Nothing happened. The waterfall was exciting because it included a slide. So on the highest floor of the waterfall you had a kind of shower that you can stand under, and it was freezing cold but so refreshing afterwards. And if you go to the lower floor, there's a big rock. And when you pour water onto it, it transforms into a slide. And of course, I wanted to try it. Actually, I'm not a super brave person, but when I go to places like this, I just want to experience everything. And I generally love water. In Thailand, I can go to a waterfall every day to cool down, so I just did it and it was so much fun and everybody was so nice and supported each other that you can do it and slide on the rock. And it really didn't hurt my butt because this was one of my worries before, but it was completely fine. It was already 4 p.m., which means that the sunset is very close. For the sunset in Pai, you need to drive to the Pai Canyon, a smaller version of the Grand Canyon with a stunning view. You can climb the rocks to find your best spot where to sit and to see the sunset. Everybody is chilling out there, drinking something, eating fruits, and just enjoying the slideshow behind the mountains. Please be careful if you go there. It's a canyon, so you can fall from the cliffs, and there are some paths where you should really concentrate on the way because it can be dangerous. If you take care, you will be fine. In Germany, I'm so used to it that every dangerous place has a fence to make sure that you will not fall from it, but in Thailand it's not like that, so you need to be careful. Watching the sunset with some friends that I met at the waterfall, I felt so grateful that I did it and I rented a scooter, because you're free then. You can drive to wherever you want, not being dependent on a group or a tour guide. I understood in this moment why there are people that love to go on trips with their motorbikes. On the next day, a friend and me wanted to visit the hot springs called Siam Gnam Hot Springs, north from Pai. I took my scooter like it was normal for me, and we went for a 30 minutes drive up to the mountain. On the way, we made a short stop at a fruit shop for breakfast. I love the mangoes here. They're on point. They're so ripe, so soft, juicy and sweet. I could take a bath in them. After taking in some vitamins, we drove to the jungle and arrived at the hot springs. The water was warm, but not too hot, maybe like 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. I loved the green clear water and how the sun shined into it. I felt like in an oasis, and we just relaxed and absorbed all the minerals with our bodies. I was surprised that it was not a place only for tourists, but also a lot of Thai people have been there. I searched for some flat stones and tried to build a little tower from them. And in the second try, it worked. I tried some camera angles, and after some time, the hot springs got too hot for us because the air temperature was also around 35 degrees Celsius. We went out and for the sunset went to another viewpoint called the Yun Lai viewpoint. I love Pai and the surrounding area for its viewpoints. You can see so far. I feel in our everyday life we miss these far views and always stare into our laptops, into our books, or on the wall of the next building. Last day I was determined to hit up Nam Lot Cave, even though it was a bit of a mission on my scooter. So I took my scooter and wanted to drive 50 kilometers to the Nam Lot Cave, a beautiful big cave that everybody is going to. Google Maps said it will take 1 hour, and let me tell you, it took me 2.5 hours, only one way, and I drove 40 kilometers and saw on Google Maps that there is a closer cave nearby. So I went to the closer cave because I was too tired and it was too hot outside. Okay, so now I'm here for a cave. It's called Famon Cave, and I need to go up all these stairs to get there. I'm on my own, and actually I wanted to go to the Lot Cave because it's a bigger cave and more people go there. But I went alone on a scooter, and it was like already 2 hours to get here. Like Google Maps told me 1 hour, but it's not 1 hour. And I drive slowly because I just rented the scooter yesterday for my first time ever. So I thought I will go to a cave that is closer to me, only 2 hours drive. And let's see if there is something here. So there's a Buddha here. Hopefully he will keep me safe. So I went down here and I think I found a cave. It's like this one. Oh, you cannot see it because it's so dark, but it's like going 20 meters down. And this, I think it's not a trustworthy way to get down. No. Seems like Google Maps was not updated and somebody broke through this. But you hear the water. It looks like nobody has been here for years. That's where I came from. Did you know that flies can bite you so hard? Like I feel, I don't know if you can see it here. No, it's too much light. There were so many flies yesterday at some kind of lake, and I thought they just sit on my legs and do like nothing and relax a bit, but they actually bit me so hard, and now it's swollen and I have like 7 points on my legs that are like big red circles and swollen, so you need to be careful. There you see a bug, right? Not a bug, a fly in the camera. On the way here I passed a police control and I asked them like, how do I get to the Farmon cave? And they're like, yes, you just need to go there. And I'm like, why, there are no people here? And they said like, and now I know why, because it's like an empty place where nobody is. I was afraid I would lose control in one of the sharp curves. I know there were only 10 kilometers left until I arrive at the big cave, but 10 kilometers can be like 40 minutes with all of these curves, and I'm not driving fast. So I decided to go to this cave, and sadly it was not a site for tourists. It was not taken care of. I decided to walk a bit through the mountains and then drove back. Okay, so this was a small fail to drive 2 hours here, and I will not drive another hour to get to the big lot cave. I think it's okay. I made the driving experience. That's why I came here. First I was a bit sad, but then I was proud of me that I drove 2.5 hours one way, and the view was always so nice, so stunning. I met nice Thai people. It was an experience to be on the scooter on my own for such a long trip. I don't regret doing it. In the evening we went to a nice fire show in a bar with the people that I met in the hostel, and we played pool. I love the people there and the backpackers here. We have been one backpacker from Spain, one from Northern Ireland and one from Chile. And me. It was so funny. We were playing like for hours and tried to get the balls in the hole, and nobody of us was a professional, so it was just funny. That's it for the video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. In this way you would support my work so that I can produce more videos about the experiences I have. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye, yours Judith.